So when I first started training again, I used to constantly go on social media, constantly look at what everyone else was doing and think, bloody hell, you know, it's so difficult for me because of the situation with the kids to get into the gym and actually do anything of any, you know, worth. I'd come from a background of MMA, so I'd had quite an extensive training background. I'd done a lot of training previously, and I just wasn't finding the time, the space, the bandwidth for it, and I definitely didn't have the energy. So I was just started to get into a really negative mindset of like I'm just not going to get anywhere with this training. I'm just not going to be able to achieve anything. And you know, it kind of got on top of me, and I suppose in some ways it kind of really sort of stunted my personal growth for you know, probably a good couple of years. I got out of that mindset eventually because I started to realise that, you know, my journey was very specific to me, and through counselling I started to realise that, you know, I don't need to compare myself to an older version of myself, or you know, myself in the 20s, and I also don't need to compare myself to anybody else, because my situation is completely unique to me, and everyone probably watching this video has got a very unique sort of home life and a very unique situation with the kids and caregiving responsibilities, or you just might have a very stressful work life. But what I'm here to tell you is that you can achieve good things, but you have to bear in mind that your timelines are going to look very different to other people. So I put a short video today on, you know, what's achievable, which gives you some sort of markers or like parameters to kind of work to in terms of your fat loss and your muscle gain. If it's performance or mindset, then obviously that's going to be a different timeline altogether. But you can get there. But there's a couple of things you can do right now to kind of, you know, help you on your way. Number one, set obviously reasonable, achievable targets, okay? Celebrate small wins, that's a really big thing. Small achievements and progress. Focus on trajectory as opposed to outcome. I talk about this a lot, but it's about making sure that you're on the right track as opposed to winning the day. You know, what we tend to get into is like a fuck it mentality. I see this a lot with dads in our situation. You know, you can't get to the gym for a couple of days, so it's like, oh fuck it, it's all out the window and what's the point? And then you stop, then your momentum's gone, your inertia's gone, and you go right back to the beginning. Really negative way to frame it. You've got to work on reframing it and saying doing something is always better than nothing, and just keeping that flywheel turning. You know, if you can't make a session, fine, we'll fill it in somewhere else. Or if I can't get to the gym, fine, I'm going to use something like maybe the Do Smack method, so the method of using AI to drum me up a little workout that I can do at home. It's all about trajectory over about outcome, okay? So don't focus on the outcome, focus on the trajectory. Get yourself a support network that understands that and values that. Get yourself an accountability network as well. That's incredibly powerful. And I guarantee you, it might take a little bit longer, but you will get to where you want to get to.